It is Saturday. Thanks for all of you that jumped in early and often when this one hit the store live at 6:30, just like all of our breaks on Saturday nights do. It's Trust Night. It's a thing. Teams have been assigned. Double Up is country clubbing. 3 spots also were given away in the Heritage case break today. New release Heritage. Hop into that. There's still a couple of teams left. Good luck, everybody. Anybody want to trade Phil T for the Marlins? But you know, Phil T, I'm about to hit like 9 Marlins autos. It's always how it goes, right? The minute you offer up your team for trade, they're coming. Let's see who's been stuck at Marination Station for a couple years here. Let's see what's been stuck at Marination Station. Schmidt, Contreras, our first auto. It's not an auto. It's a Ronnie Mauricio for the Mets. But our first auto is a Jarvis for the D-backs. Dunning and a Kirk. Oh, that's all part of the plan. So, funny story. Story time, guys. Hashtag story time. Put a hashtag story time in the chat if you want to hear a story. Oh, there's only 25 of us here. What's going on? We had like 40 here a couple minutes ago. Where'd everybody go? How was that show I went to? It was great. Yeah, it was great. I had 5 tables. That's a lot of tables. 5 tables is a lot of tables. You gotta have a lot of shit to be able to put together 5 tables worth. How about a Stevenson Sparkle rookie to 99? Followed by a Jared Schuster for the Braves autograph. Yeah, that's a Riley Green prospect. He's kind of hot right now. So, like, probably 6, 8, 9 months ago. I can't remember. Maybe it was over a year ago now. Yeah, maybe like 8 months ago or so. Guy comes into my shop. You know, I live in Fresno, okay? We got all types here in Fresno. We got wealthy people. We got, people that act like they're wealthy, try to look like they're wealthy, but they aren't. We got ghetto people. We got all walks of life. Ooh, that's a nice Torque here. What a start to the season Torque is having, huh? For the Tigers to 99. And Antonio Gomez for the Yanks. Chisholm and Sanchez. And, you try not to judge a book by its cover ever. But your actions and how definitely will help me create a narrative for you. Anyhow, the guy walks in, tattooed to death. Tattooed all up and down. He's here with his wife or girl or whomever, maybe an actress, I don't know. And they had literally a lot of cards. Did they look like they had cards? Did they look like they're collectors? No, but, in my 3 years, I've come across a lot of people that I didn't think looked like collectors that had some really nice cards, I'll be honest. Whether that, Kobe Mayo for the Baltimore Orioles. Lacey and a Ke'Bryan Hayes. Anyhow, I had some really nice cards. One of them happened to be an autographed Kobe card. A Joe Montana autograph card. Not super high end, but, things that make you go, right? But, they had a good story. I bought the cards. Probably got them for, in the realm of, 60% of comps, right? So, like, Acosta, Modemski, that's less than I would normally pay, but I was spending a lot of money. Well, not a lot. It was about $1,300. At the time, Kobe autos were like, there was a period there where Kobe autos are actually on the rise right now. Decent box of 21 sterling there. Kobe autos are actually back on the rise right now, believe it or not. They're humming again in the market. At the time, though, they were kind of depressed. Oops. At the time, they were kind of depressed. But yeah, I bought the cards. Kept it moving, kept them on my shelf in the back. Happy about it. Kept it moving. A couple days later, I get a call from one of the local shop owners, and he says, but not local shop owner, but a guy that's pretty prominent in the card scene here in town. He's like, Eric, I had a buddy that was in town visiting another card shop, and while he was at that other card shop, some people smashed in his car windows and stole like 4 of his 3-row boxes of cards, and he had a bunch of high-end stuff in there, and he just travels the state and goes from show to show, and Esteban knows what this means. Holy snikey. Holy snikey. Whoa! Back-to-back autos here. It is. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What up, butt man? Hey, Pratt there for the Brewers. And calls me and says, hey, one of my good buddies was in town visiting a local shop, and the part of the shop, the store he was visiting is in like the worst part of town, downtown Fresno, terrible area. Smashed in his windows, took all of his 3 rows, and and I'm like, oh shit, like I buy cards every day, right? Like I buy $50 cards, I buy $200 cards, I buy $1,000 cards. I'm constantly buying cards, guys. It's what happens in a card shop. You buy, sell, trade a ton of cards. And I'm like, okay, hey, if I see anything, he didn't tell me when the guy's car got broken into. This is probably like 2 days after I actually made the transaction. He didn't really tell me when or anything like that. I'm like, all right, if I keep my eyes out, I'll let you know. A couple days later, this guy shows up with the police, and he's going around to all the shops, kind of just trying to tell people what he had for sale or what he had that was stolen. Have you bought? And they're asking, have you bought anything like that? I'm like, well, I took the honest route. I could have said, no, I haven't really bought anything, really. I could have said no. I'm like, you know what? I did buy these 4 cards off someone. And the guy was like, that's my cards. Those are my cards. Those are my cards. And, like, I know the rules, right? Like, you buy stolen property, like, you run the risk of losing out on, you run the risk of losing things. I didn't knowingly buy stolen property. Had they had come a couple days later, I probably could have put 2 and 2 together. But I didn't really know, okay? I didn't really know. You make the best deal you can. You offer the best deal you can. Like, I didn't know cards were stolen, and I still made the deal knowing that these were potentially stolen. Morabel. So the officer was cool. He's like, well, he says these are his cards. And I'm like, well, can he prove that they're his cards? And, the guy was pretty adamant. That those were his cards. I paid $1,300. Now, don't get me wrong. $1,300 is a lot of money, right? $1,300 is a lot of money. In my business, it's not going to make or break me, right? Like, am I going to be pissed? But I'm still going to be able to pay the rent. I'm still going to be able to pay my staff. I'm still going to be able to buy stuff. It's not going to like, I'm a business. All right, I'm a business. It's a lot of money, and what do we got here? And I take my money very seriously. I don't just throw away my money. So the officer said, well, these are his cards. You got two choices. You can either hand over the cards to this guy, or I think I might have told this story before actually, but there's an update to it as of the show today. You can hand over the cards to the guy, or I can confiscate them. We can validate that these are his cards. He won't get them back. You won't get them back unless we validate that they weren't his cards. ever. He won't get them back for at least 5 to 6 months as we continue our investigation. We'll keep them in inventory, etc. The guy was like, the guy just had his, probably his life savings stolen out of his car, right? That's his way of life. It's his, it's his income. He's a traveling card show guy. He's like a carny, but for cards, literally. And Rainer Arias. And so I'm like, this guy looked me in my eyes and was like, I'm in town, like through Thanksgiving weekend, I think it was. I'm in town through Thanksgiving weekend. Let me get the cards back. I'll try and make some moves. I still have a couple. I need something to sell to try and make some money. I'll repay you the $1,300. Just let me get the cards back. I'll repay you the $1,300. And I looked at the officer, and the officer was like, that's on you. Like, I'm not getting involved in that. If you trust him to be able to, do that, that's on you. I can let you give the cards back to him, and that will be just fine. I hemmed and hawed. The guy pleaded with me. I'm like, you know what? He said he's gonna give me the cards back. I know another guy that he knows. Let me just give him the cards back. And you know what? $1,300. It is what it is, right? Couple months go by. Celestine here for the Mariners. By the way, if you would be interested in a run back at the same price, I know it was expensive at 85, but listen, there's like, I believe this break should be well over $100. Okay, if you comped out each of these boxes right now, this break should be well over $100. So it's not like I'm overcharging for these breaks here. Okay, this should be well over $100 on a random team. If you are interested in a run back. You're not committing to a spot. You're not saying I'm gonna buy X number of spots. But if you'd be interested in taking another spot in this break, drop a 3, and if I get at least 10 of them, I'll put it in the store and we'll grind out a fill on it. So I gave the guy his cards back. A couple months ago, like the end of the Thanksgiving weekend goes, I give him about a week and a half. I reached out on Instagram to him, and he like starts berating me, like, you bought stolen cards. You lost your money. You should have known better. You should have never got these cards for, that. You should have paid, at least $1,000 more for this. You ripped that guy off and da 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 da. I'm like, dude, you're mad at me for no reason. Like, I'm not the one I know you're mad at the situation, but I didn't do anybody wrong here. Okay, I didn't do a single thing wrong here. So I let it go. I reached out a couple months later after that, and he does the same thing. And I'm like, look, dude, we're on the same side here, dude. You're trying to blame me for something I had no control over. And in fact, I did the right thing. I should be thanked for doing the right thing here. Anyhow, you just, I could, one of these days, I'll for fun, I'll put it on Instagram or something. Okay, so that's the story, okay? It's been probably 4 months since that last interaction. Chrome rookie autograph. Oh my God, this might be an Ellie. Who's on the Reds? Addison, this could be a banger, buddy. It's a Dominguez! Bang! Mr. Real Estate. Mr. Real Estate with the hit. Nice. Double banger autograph here in box 1 of the Trust. Actually, technically it's box 2, huh? Let's do draft HTA. So I'm sitting at the show today. Just minding my own business. It's kind of busy. Like, we were busy most of the day. Me and RC are tired. Like, we were working hard today. We were not messing around today. We were working hard. That's for the Braves on the Hernandez. off the back, Kuroda Grauer for the A's, delay. And our choice auto, it's a Holton for the Braves. So not the best box of choice there. Sorry about that. So I'm minding my own business at the show, and in comes waddling by is this guy. His name's Jerry. He's kind of stopped and was looking at my cards. He looked up at me like he remembered. He like you know how you like look at someone and you're like, damn, I know you, but you don't really know them. You know, he kind of paused and he looked at me, not in like a weird way or anything like that. And the longer he stood there, I couldn't help myself. I told him I was kind of a jerk. I was kind of a jerk, but I wasn't. Yeah, no, I was kind of a jerk. I'm like, hey Jerry, you got my $1,300? That's what I told him. I probably could have addressed it a little bit differently, I agree, but you know what, fuck him. I said, hey, you got my $1,300? And he's like, you bought stolen cards. It's your fault. You shouldn't get anything. You bought stolen cards. And, you know, trying to make me out to be the bad guy. I'm like, Jerry, we've gone through this, man. Like, you know I didn't buy knowing cards, and that's really not why I'm mad. You looked me in my eye and told me that you were gonna give me back $1,300. Remember that? He's like, I did say that. I'm like, and did you do it? He's like, I don't have my money back. I don't have my cards. I'm like, that wasn't the agreement, Jerry. The agreement was you were going to give me $1,300 by the time you left town after you had time to sell those cars because I gave them back to you instead of the police. You remember that? He's like, yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, so your word is nothing. And he like, you know, he got really bent out of shape by that and tried to blame me for, you know, his cards being stolen. And I'm like, I just said, I'm like, you know what, Jerry, keep it moving, bro. Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. You're done here. And he was like, you can't tell me what to do. I can look. This is a public place. I can look at what I want to look at. I'm like, Jerry, just keep it moving, man. If you're not a man of your word and you're not gonna honor what you're gonna say, you can keep it moving. I don't want nothing to do with you. And his wife was trying to pull him away. His wife, Jerry, come on, Jerry. It's over, Jerry. And you know, he was all puffed up. I mean, he actually is really puffed up, but he was more puffed up. If you get what I'm saying, he was actually more puffed up, like with madness. He was like turning red, like a little freaking Lily's Clefairy. He looked like a Lily's Clefairy for all of you Pokemon fans. So as he was puffed up and his wife was walking away, he kept on like looking back at me, and I kept on mouthing like F you to him, right? Like, fuck you, dude, like, fuck you. And then he would like, that would like get him even more mad, and his wife would pull him away. He'd look back again. This happened 3 times. He looked back a second time. Bang! Trust Night. Trust Night's a thing, guys. Let's go country clubbing. That's a banger. So then, you know, on the third time, like, he like stops. He's like, come on, you want some? You want some? Like yelling at me like 20 feet away. I'm like, dude, you're like, at least I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I know I'm in my 40s. He's like 15 years older than me and legit like 300 pounds heavier than me. I'm still agile. I'm still swift. I can still do the damn thing. I can keep up with them boys. And he was like, you want some? You want some? And I just looked at him one more time, and I told him again, like, he's about 20 feet away. Mouthed the same thing to him, but he like blew me a little kiss. Like he gave me like a smooch in the air, right? So I'm just like, this motherfucker, right? But the funny thing is like about a half hour or an hour later, my daughter comes over to me and she goes, Dad, RC was talking to me, and he said that some guy was blowing you kisses. Is this true? And I'm like, oh, you have no idea. I'll tell you the story later. So RC was like over there. He wasn't really like wondering what was going on. He didn't really hear what was going on or anything like that. But that was you know, he's like legit mad at me because his cards got stolen. Like, you know, I did the right thing. I said, yes, I have these cards. Are they yours? I gave them back to him, and I'm the one that's made out to be the bad guy, right? Like, you know, should I have known they were stolen? That's arguable, you know, like, you know, people bring me cards all the time, guys. Like, let me tell you, people with, you know, look like gangbangers, people that look like, you know, they could have stolen, like, people that look like they're 12 and could have stolen their dad's collection of cards. Like, there's some little kids walking around this town with some nice collections of cards. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to a show, but some of these kids are walking around with, like, thousands and thousands of dollars in cards in their little Zion cases, right? Like, all these little hustlers. Like, some of these kids are watching these YouTubers, and they're straight hustlers, right? So, I bought cards off little kids. I've done, you know, negotiated $1,000 deals with 14-year-olds, you know, in and around my shop, right? Like, it's, you come across the dudes that look like they just straight got out of the penitentiary. You know, they come in too because they collected cards when they were young, and now they gotta fucking pay bail, or they gotta get their, you know, they gotta pay for formula for their third baby mama or something, you know what I mean? They just don't look like they should be collecting cards, but they got some heat, you know, every once in a while. Some old Kobe's. Here we go. Come on, baby. Wow, what a freaking box this was, guys. Top box mojo from the card bar. Holy cow. Some of you were saying, where the hell was this in the mixer the other night, Eric? That's another hit from Mr. Real Estate. He'll probably forget about this by Wednesday when he comes pick it up, but I know what I hit for that guy. That's right, Phil. I am mad. I'm out 1,300, which is why I asked the question, right? Like, honestly, I would have been out 1,300 either way. But he's the one that, like, I could have stalled his ass out and just gave it to the cops, and he could have waited months to get his cards back. But he, like, you know, he said he was a man of his word. That's what he promised me, right? Anybody who promises they're a man of their word, they're probably not a man of their word. I'm just saying. Talk about it, be about it, right, boys? But yeah, that was the only drama at the show today. Other than that, it was a good day of collecting. It was a good day of fun. You know, sold a lot of cards, bought a lot of Pokemon. Didn't really buy too much. I actually did buy some sports cards, not gonna lie. You know, so I don't know, man. Hey, babe, you're back. So that was story time. That was story time for Friday or for Saturday Night Trust baseball. And in Imala. Oh my god. Dude, this is like the best Bowman jumbo box like in history. Can you get better than these three autos for Bowman jumbo? I don't think so. What up, Walter? What up, Walter? What a box of Bowman, dude. Holy cow. That is an incredible box of Bowman there. All right, well, let's see. Since we're on fire with Bowman, let's try some Chrome here. Let's see if we can continue our hot streak here. Holy smokes. you know, it is what it is. Like I would never knowingly buy stolen cars, guys. Like, I would never do it. It's too risky. Like, you don't want to get a reputation around town of, you know, the one that feeds that sort of behavior. I would never do it. You know, so it's just kind of like, it just makes me really mad. Oh, wow. What kind of streak are we on here tonight? What kind of night are we having here, boys? How about a Perdomo first? Cheese and rice. Kyle Harrison for the Giants. A Jackson Churio. So it doesn't look like we're going to have any legs, Little Willie. We got Little Willie and Mike H looking to run it back. Zach DeCenzo. Maybe we can try something else. This was a big break, though. I think I have a lot of storage, actually. I probably have those in storage anyway. All right, Gunner. I don't know, guys. So that was my drama for the day. Yeah, I was just telling the story about Snuffleupagus. Jackson Churio. Got a new truck today, Buntman. That's nice. Congrats. What kind of truck did you get? I kind of need a new truck, but I don't want a payment, so... I don't need a new truck. I kind of want a new truck, but I don't really want a payment. Eduardo Herrera. Santana. Jeep Gladiator 2023. Nice. Nice. He's like watching your every move. All right, pristine. Whoa, why does this feel like it's missing a pack? Oh no, it was just slid over there. That's odd. Ken Griffey Jr. and Indy to 99. There's a Corey Seager, Frozen Ropes, Northern Lights Gallon, and a Soderstrom. Man, this guy is hot in Modesto. Every other person was asking for Tyler Soderstrom. If you got Tyler Soderstrom autos, sell them to me, please. If you've got some Tyler Soderstrom, I'm a buyer. I could move Soderstrom like Jerry could move muffins. Martinez, and then Indy to 99. There's a Bobby Witt. What up, Wiggy McWiggleson? Hey, Wiggy, I was in Modesto today. I was in Modesto today. I know you were up in Wheatland at the. I know you're up in Wheatland, but I thought about you today. Today I was in I was in Modesto, and I don't remember if you call. What up, Dougie? Oh, Dougie, I got bad news, Dougie. Dougie, I got bad news. I got bad news, Dougie. Your dad's Williams came back today, and it looks like it's been trimmed, Dougie. Looks like it's been trimmed, Dougie. They didn't grade it, man. Just came back today. So Wiggy, another story for Wiggy. At the last show we were at, this guy that I think he was fairly new to the hobby. He had this 2017 Panini like Father's Day patch of Mahomes from 2017 with a pretty sick patch in it. Wiggy, do you remember that guy? Do you remember that card? Like, he wanted like 800 for it. I didn't buy it, but he ended up selling it to some folks that you knew from like the Bay Area that were down for the show or something like that. Do you remember that, Wiggy? Murphy and Garcia. Point being, he was asking for you. He was trying to pick up some more beef jerky today, Wiggy. He was like, "Oh, is the beef jerky guy here?" I'm like, no. And we reminisced about the card I should have bought, the one that got away. Jackson Holiday, Henry Davis, Goldschmidt, and a Mason Wynn. So your people were asking for you out there today, Wiggy. He was like, "Oh man, I knew you were gonna be in the back here, so I came back here first because he was right next to you the last show." And I'm like, yeah, we planned that. Oh, here's our patch. Here's our patch. Oh my goodness. Be a good one. Be a good one. It's an orange relic. Austin Wells for the Yankees. Didn't he have a good start to the season already, too? Man, what a break we're having tonight. Yeah, it's for the shop, she said. And a Foscue. Webb and a Canzoni. Oh, Coco, come. Hold on. And Juan Soto. Oh, snap. Coco. Come. Sit. My dog's back on her spot, boys. Oops. Sorry. Don't worry. Camera's still live. Dog is back on her spot right there, boys. All right, our numbered cards. Gary Carter, Sandy Alcantara for the Marlins to 50. A Riley Green to 99. And an Encarnacion Strand to 99 rookie for the Reds. Our first autograph is for the Rays to 50. Oselvis Basabi. And a nice one for the Giants. It's a Jung-Hoo Lee. All right, triple threads. We need a White Whale Imanaga. Zach Gallen, Roger Maris to 199, Mason Wynn for the Cardinals, and a Jordan Walker. Yeah, I did great. Yeah, we did good. The store did better than me apparently today. Apparently I should just stay at the store from now on. They were humming here at the shop today. Kodai Senga for the Mets. Two of three, Cal Ripken. Cal Ripken. Yeah, it's a great venue. Remember out the last show, Wiggy? Like, They had some conference or seminar going on next door in the bigger room. We were in that bigger room this time around, so it was actually even better, I think. Luis Robert Jr. for the White Sox. What's that? Mike Trout, Tyler Black, Stroman, Rogers Hornsby /75. Cardinals. Kettle Marte /90 or /50. And Ryan Mountcastle, 2/9 for the Orioles. Did you get anything tonight? What team are you on? The D-backs? Yeah, there were some cards, Wyatt. There were some cards in there, I think. Maybe you had an auto in like Bowman Draft or something. And for the Atlanta Braves, it's a Tom Glavine. Two-time NL Cy Young. Just one. This is the first one. It was a big one, though. It was a big one, though. That's what she said. What? Why not? Got things to do? Okay. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Do what you gotta do. That is our break. It was wow, what an amazing break. I gotta say, that was one of our better baseball trusts in a very long time. It was one of our better baseball trusts in a very long time. We had some bangers, boys. We had some bangers. Strand, Green, Alcantara, O'Neal, Jackson Holiday. Torque, Stevenson, Mauricio. Our autos were the Glavine, Luis Robert, Cal Ripken, Jung-Hoo Lee on card there. That's kind of sick, actually. Basabi, the Austin Wells orange patch. Oh, yeah, there's a D-back. De La Cruz, Perdomo, Nimala, Jarvis, Schuster, Gomez, Modlinski, Mayo. That's a good card there. Pratt, Hernandez, Kuroda, Grauer, Holton. We had the Dominguez out of Bowman, or Bowman Chrome. Bowman baseball rookie Dominguez. We had the Caminero to 150 and the Dylan Cruz to 150. That was a great break, guys. Thank you very much for the fill. Trust night, baby. All right, football is up next.